Imagine getting a promotion at work. Your salary jumps from $50,000 to $70,000 a year. You promise yourself you'll finally start investing. You'll save more, build wealth, become financially free. But 6 months later, your savings account hasn't grown. You're driving a more expensive car, living in a nicer apartment, paying for 5 streaming services, eating out every weekend, buying gadgets you barely use. Your income increased, but your financial life stayed exactly the same. This invisible force has a name. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest reasons high-income earners still live paycheck to paycheck. Most people think becoming wealthy is simply about earning more money. That's only half the equation. The other half is keeping more of what you earn. Unfortunately, every time many people receive a raise, a bonus, or a promotion, their spending quietly rises alongside it. Without even noticing, they're running faster financially, but never actually getting ahead. Lifestyle inflation happens when your spending increases every time your income increases. Instead of using raises to build wealth, you use them to upgrade your lifestyle. A bigger paycheck becomes a bigger apartment, a newer phone, a luxury vacation, designer clothes, a nicer car, premium subscriptions, more expensive restaurants. None of these purchases seem unreasonable on their own. In fact, most of them feel deserved. After all, you've worked hard for that promotion, so why shouldn't you enjoy it? The problem is that these upgrades slowly become your new normal. The apartment that once felt luxurious now feels average. The expensive car no longer excites you. The latest phone quickly becomes just another phone. Before long, you aren't spending because these things make you happier. You're spending because you've gotten used to them. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Human beings adapt remarkably fast to improvements in their lives. Something that once felt exciting eventually becomes ordinary. Remember how thrilled you were when you bought your first smartphone. Today, you probably don't even think about it. The same thing happens with luxury cars, expensive homes, designer clothes, and almost every material possession. The happiness fades much faster than the monthly payment. That's why people constantly chase the next upgrade, believing it will finally make them feel successful. But the feeling never lasts. Imagine someone named Sarah. She earns $40,000 a year and gets promoted, increasing her salary to $50,000. At first, she plans to save the extra money. She even tells herself she'll start investing. Then she moves into a nicer apartment because she can now afford it. She replaces her reliable car with a newer model. She begins eating out more often, subscribes to premium services, and starts taking more expensive vacations. Within a year, nearly every extra dollar from her raise has disappeared into higher living expenses. She feels richer because her lifestyle looks better, but financially, nothing has changed. Now imagine this happening every few years. By the time she's earning 6 figures, she's still living paycheck to paycheck. This story isn't rare. It's incredibly common. One of the biggest reasons lifestyle inflation is so powerful is because we compare ourselves to other people. Your coworker buys a luxury SUV. Your friend moves into a beautiful new home. Someone you follow on social media is constantly traveling, wearing designer brands, and eating at expensive restaurants. Without realizing it, you begin measuring your own success against theirs. The dangerous part is that there's no finish line. No matter how much you earn, someone will always earn more. Someone will always drive a nicer car, own a bigger house, or take more extravagant vacations. If your definition of success depends on keeping up with everyone else, you'll spend your entire life chasing a moving target. Here's the part most people never think about. Every unnecessary dollar you spend today isn't just money that's gone. It's money that never gets the opportunity to grow. Imagine spending just an extra $500 every month because your lifestyle expanded with your income. At first, that doesn't seem like much. It's just a nicer apartment, a bigger car payment, and a few premium services. But if that same money had been invested consistently over several decades, it could potentially grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on market performance. That's the hidden cost of lifestyle inflation. The biggest expense isn't the purchase itself. It's the wealth you never build because that money was spent instead of invested. This explains why some people earning $250,000 a year still struggle financially, while someone earning $70,000 quietly builds wealth. Income doesn't create wealth. The gap between what you earn and what you spend creates wealth. If you earn $250,000 but spend $245,000, you're left with very little to build your future. But if someone earns far less while consistently saving and investing a significant portion of their income, they may become financially independent much sooner. This is why we've seen doctors, lawyers, athletes, entertainers, and even lottery winners run into serious financial trouble. A large income cannot compensate for uncontrolled spending. Another reason lifestyle inflation sneaks up on people is because companies have trained us to think in monthly payments instead of total cost. Instead of asking whether you can afford a $60,000 car, you're encouraged to ask whether you can afford $700 a month. Instead of asking whether a house is too expensive, you're asked whether the monthly mortgage fits your budget. Each payment seems manageable on its own, but eventually, all those monthly payments combine into one enormous financial burden that quietly consumes your paycheck before you've even received it. Sometimes the problem isn't even the purchase itself, it's the identity attached to it. People begin thinking, I make 6 figures now, so I should drive this kind of car. Or, successful people live in neighborhoods like this. Without realizing it, they begin buying symbols of success instead of building actual wealth. Real wealth isn't about impressing strangers. It's about having choices. The choice to leave a job you hate. The choice to take time off with your family. The choice to retire comfortably. The choice to help people you care about without putting yourself into debt. Ironically, many genuinely wealthy people don't look wealthy at all. They understand that every dollar they don't spend is another dollar working toward future freedom. Companies know exactly how your mind works. Every advertisement tells you that you deserve an upgrade. Every commercial promises that happiness is just one purchase away. Every luxury brand tries to convince you that success has a specific price tag. But if buying more truly made people happy, they would stop buying. The business model depends on convincing you that what you already have isn't enough. Escaping the lifestyle inflation trap starts with one simple habit. Whenever your income increases, don't immediately increase your lifestyle. Increase your savings and investments first. If you receive an extra $500 every month, decide that most of it will automatically go toward building wealth before you even have the chance to spend it. You won't miss money you never become accustomed to spending. That doesn't mean you should never enjoy your success. There's absolutely nothing wrong with upgrading your life when you can genuinely afford it. The key is being intentional. Before making a major purchase, ask yourself one simple question. Does this genuinely improve my life? Or am I buying it because I want other people to think I've made it? That single question can save you thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Many financially successful people also create simple rules for themselves. Whenever they receive a raise, they automatically invest half of it. Others wait 30 days before making expensive purchases to make sure the excitement hasn't clouded their judgment. Small habits like these prevent emotional decisions from becoming permanent financial obligations. At the end of the day, wealth isn't measured by the car sitting in your driveway or the logo on your clothes. It's measured by the freedom your money gives you. Freedom to make choices. Freedom from financial stress. Freedom to spend time the way you want instead of the way your bills demand. Lifestyle inflation is dangerous because it doesn't feel dangerous. It feels like success. That's exactly why so many people fall into the trap. The next time your income increases, resist the urge to immediately upgrade your lifestyle. Instead, ask yourself a different question. How can this raise buy me more freedom instead of more expenses? Because the goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become financially free. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to Wealth Forge for more practical lessons on building wealth, avoiding costly money mistakes, and creating lasting financial freedom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.